Well, good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on location once again at the American Job Center. Joining me this morning are Dylan Wren, our Workforce Administrator here at the AJC, Sherla Post with the Greater Lincoln Workforce Development Board, Katie Thurber with the State Department of Labor, and Kevin Matran with Kawasaki, Bob Williams with Garner Industries, and Ramiro Aguado Avalos with Kawasaki, and Mercy Robertson with Bryan Health, both of whom have recently completed workforce training with the support of the American Job Center. We're also joined by Brian Zeck, who's here in the audience from Lincoln Literacy, and other folks and leaders from Kawasaki and the Chamber. Thank you so much for being here today. We're here once again to shine a spotlight on a major priority of our business community and my administration and the state, and that is workforce development. Workforce development is crucially important for our community's economic growth. When we invest in developing a skilled workforce, we ensure that more people have access to meaningful, financially secure careers, and we help local employers hire the talent they need to compete. Our American Job Center plays a pivotal role in delivering these results. And today we're going to share good news with you about another service that our AJC team performs to support local employers and our workforce as we continue to grow the great life all year round in Lincoln. And that service is something we call the Incumbent Worker Program. The Incumbent Worker Program is a partnership between the American Job Center and local businesses that aims to upskill an employer's existing or incumbent workforce. And through the Incumbent Worker Program, we're helping employers retain their valued employees while giving employees new skills that help them advance in the organization, which is a huge advantage for businesses, employees, and our local economy. And here to share more about this program and how more of our local companies can participate and upskill their workforces is American Job Center Workforce Administrator Dylan Wren. Dylan?
Thank you, Mayor. The Incumbent Worker Program provides an incredible value to our local businesses and their employees. The program was designed to support employers who have a workforce need that is not being met by the skills of their current workforce. When the need is identified, the employer applies to the Greater Lincoln Workforce Development Board to partner with the American Job Center to develop or provide for a relevant training program. Once the Workforce Board approves a request for support, our AJC team works with the employer to provide assistance in developing curriculum. We can support a wide range of training options tailored to the specific needs of each employer. For example, training programs may include technical assistance development, such as advanced machinery operation or software proficiency, or soft skills training, or leadership development. We also do language proficiency, such as ESL training, which is in high demand right now. A few specific examples of training we facilitated through the Incumbent Worker Training Program include a group of 20 Tabitha employees. We helped upskill them and get their CNA license. And we also worked with Nelnet to help avert a situation where there could have been a potential layoff, where we helped with information technology. The AJC pays 50% of the employer-specific training with a commitment from the employer to retain the retrained employee upon successful completion of the training. Since we launched this program in 2022, we have successfully served more than 573 individuals from various sectors. So far this program year, we have upskilled 201 individuals, and we're excited to share that 100% of them are still employed as of today. This is a testament to the value we are adding for both the employee and employer, and we are ready to bring the benefit to even more local businesses. We encourage other employers to consider applying to participate in this program to invest in their workforce, retain valued workers, and support their business needs. Ultimately, the goal is to enhance employability, facilitate upward mobility for our workforce, contributing to the overall economic growth of our community.
Thank you, Dylan, so much for your leadership and support of our businesses and our workforce. And I want to also just thank the entire staff at the AJC. They work so hard day in and day out in this wonderful new facility, and we're really, really pleased with the results that they're delivering. We're similarly thankful for our partners at the Nebraska Department of Labor for their support of the American Jobs Center and for the federal funding they direct to make the Incumbent Worker Program possible. And next I'd like to invite up Nebraska Department of Labor Deputy Commissioner Katie Thurber to talk more about the partnership between the Department of Labor and the AJC that supports this Incumbent Worker Program. Deputy Commissioner.
Thank you. On behalf of Commissioner Album, thank you to the City of Lincoln for having me here to be a part of this press conference today. We have enjoyed a long and productive partnership with the American Jobs Center. This partnership has allowed us to better carry out our mission of connecting people to employment success. The Nebraska Department of Labor administers the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. Through this program, Greater Lincoln has prioritized upskilling the existing workforce to fill a critical need for employers. This program also serves the need of the workers to advance their skills and give them new opportunities in both the workforce and in their lives. We've seen through various initiatives across Nebraska, including this one, the positive outcomes when employers prioritize and invest in their people. We all know that worker recruitment and retention are some of the biggest workforce issues. Through opportunities like this, workers can grow their skills in Nebraska. The workers, the employers, and the community all win. We look forward to continued opportunities to partner with the Greater Lincoln Job Center to find innovative ways to expand Nebraska's skilled workforce.
Thank you so much, Deputy Commissioner Thurber, and to you and Director Albin and everyone at the State Department of Labor. This is a really powerful partnership between state and local government. The American Jobs Center is governed by our 22-member Greater Lincoln Workforce Development Board. You can see their faces over on the board there on the poster. These are leaders who generously donate their time and volunteer and their expertise to help cultivate the employment opportunities and career pathways that are so fundamentally important to ensuring everyone in our community can achieve economic independence. Our board's current chairperson is Sherla Post, and I'd now like to invite up Sherla to share more about the Incumbent Worker Program. And Sherla, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of the Greater Lincoln Workforce Development Board, that's a long title, I'm happy to be here to share with you why the board has such a strong support of the Incumbent Worker Program. As a board, we are committed to building career pathways that support the community members in achieving economic independence. By helping businesses retain employees, upskilling our current workforce, and making our employers more competitive, the Incumbent Worker Program helps the board deliver on this commitment. Beyond that commitment, the Incumbent Worker Program also supports an even more fundamental goal, which is to strengthen our community by providing access to stable, meaningful, and good-paying careers. With that goal in mind, the board is currently accepting applications from employers to participate in the program. The next round will begin on July 1st for the new projects, and staff at the AJC are available to help employers develop that program. To learn more about eligibility and how the program works, visit ajc.lincoln.ne.gov. Click on Employers and select Upskill Your Workforce from the drop-down menu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sherla. With over 2,400 employees, Kawasaki Motors Manufacturing is one of Lincoln's largest private employers. And here to talk more about how Kawasaki and its employees have benefited from their participation in the Incumbent Worker Program is Kevin Matran, who's the training administrator with Kawasaki Motors Manufacturing. Kevin, thank you for being here.
At Kawasaki, we use the Incumbent Worker Program for our English Language Learner program. Our English Language program began a little over 2 years ago with 4 of our employees and a handful of manufacturing and Kawasaki-specific vocabulary. We just finished our 14th cohort. In that time, we have added a beginning level or a foundational level, and we are now looking at adding a second foundational level as well as a second intermediate level, which will focus on reading, writing, and preparing people for our Cowatech program, which is our career advancement program. People who participate in Cowatech complete 5 core courses. And once they've completed those 5, they are eligible to apply for advancement opportunities in quality control. They can become programmer operators of robots and lasers. They can go into leadership roles. So there's a lot of opportunity within our company. Our ELL program, right now we have 22 people who have received promotions as a result of participating in ELL. 10 of those people are team leaders. 9 of those people are assistant team leaders. The people who are team leaders actually became assistant team leaders before they became team leaders. So there's 2 promotions. And then 3 of them are quality control inspectors, and you're going to hear from one of them today. We partner with Lincoln Literacy. Our classes are held on Saturday mornings, and the instructors from Lincoln Literacy are there on Saturday morning with smiles on their faces. I and the instructors from Lincoln Literacy meet every week and talk about the curriculum, talk about the individuals in class and what they need. And we're continually trying to improve the program. So let's see. The immigrant and refugee team members that we have, and the numbers are substantial. We have a lot of people from Spanish-speaking countries. I think 20% of our workforce now speak Spanish as their primary language. We have a good number of people from Ukraine, from Russia, from Afghanistan, and if it weren't for those people, we could not keep up with the production demands that we have. They're an integral part of our team, and the way that we support them is with the help of the American Job Center and the Incumbent Worker Training Program. So thank you very much. I hope this continues. This is a very valuable resource for us.
Thank you so much, Kevin. We're so impressed with the work that Kawasaki does to support its workforce. We're so proud to be home to Kawasaki Motors. Keep making us proud. We are a shining star on the Lincoln landscape. We want to hear directly from one of our Incumbent Worker Program participants, and Ramiro Aguado Avalos, who recently completed the Cowatech training course at Kawasaki, is here with us today. Ramiro, would you like to share some thoughts?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Morning, everyone. My name is Ramiro Aguado Avalos. I'm from Mexico, and I already have living here in U.S. 3 years. At the beginning, I settled with my family in California. However, 2 years ago, on a visit we made to some relatives who were already living here in Lincoln, we had the opportunity to know the city, and we like it a lot. We love it. Especially for the beautiful landscapes, the parks, the job opportunities, the low cost of living, and the low crime that exists at the city. All these aspects seem perfect to us to look here. So we decided with my wife, my family, to come here and live in Lincoln. As you know, one of the main challenges we have like immigrants, especially at the beginning, is the English language. This is an obstacle in order to get a good job. And even basic aspects such as go to the doctor, go to a restaurant with your family to eat, is tough when we don't have the English language with you. For this reason, having the opportunity to take English courses helps a lot in order to succeed. in your job, in your community, in every aspect of your life. In my case, I had the opportunity to take the ELL course last year. This course has helped me a lot in order to improve at my job. And also my wife just finished her EL course last week, and she's looking for the new Kawate course. I started working at Kawasaki 2 years ago. Actually, I applied since California. Over there, I was looking for good jobs in Lincoln. So my relatives here told me that Kawasaki was the best place to work. So I applied in the website and I get the job. I started at the production area as a team member. After 6 months, I began taking the Kawate courses, the core courses, and after that, the ELL course. The preparation helped me to get a position of assistant team leader. In that position, I was 3 months, and after that, I get the position of quality control inspector, in which I have already been working for 7 months. And I intend to continue preparing to get the position of engineer, either in the quality control area or in the production area. Finally, I would like to support and gratitude for the Incumbent Work and Training Program, since it has helped me, my wife, and my family, and also other migrant and refugee people who want to go ahead and succeed in this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramiro. Our community is better for your being here. We're so glad you chose Lincoln, and our workforce is stronger thanks to you and your wife being a part of it. We want to hear from another participant in our AJC Incumbent Worker Training Program. Mercy Robertson is an environmental services supervisor with Bryan Health, and she's here to share more about what the program has meant to her and her workforce experience. Mercy, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Mayor. I love Lincoln, just so you know. Good to raise the kids here, really. My name is Mercy Robertson, and I've been here in the United States since 2002. I worked at Bryan Health for almost 18 years, where I started as an environmental tech and was promoted as a team leader. Almost 2 years ago, I became a supervisor. That was a great news for me. Thanks to my manager, director, for trusting my ability to lead. I think when you strive and work harder, it pays off big time. I embraced the opportunity Bryan Health gave me. When they started the program with Lincoln Literacy, I was one to grab this opportunity. I wanted to be able to expand my vocabulary and skills and to be able to speak, communicate, and understand better. I'm hoping this class will continue for others to participate and learn more and benefit from it. Thank you to the American Job Center and Lincoln Literacy for partnering with Bryan Health for giving this opportunity for us to learn. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mercy. When you were saying that you hope that the program continues, I saw Brian Sack nodding his head vigorously. There's a lot of determination to keep this partnership going, and as you can see, Lincoln Literacy is an amazing resource in our community. Thanks for your leadership, Brian. Next up, I'd like to invite Bob Williams, the Director of Human Resources at Garner Industries, another one of the local businesses who have benefited and partnered with us here at the AJC through the Incumbent Worker Program. So thank you for coming.
Well, I'd like to start off just by thanking the mayor and Dylan and Brian just for all the help they've provided us in getting this program up off the ground. You know, I grew up in Lincoln, Northeast Lincoln. I'm old as dirt, and I have to admit it. I really am. So, you know, when I was growing up in Northeast Lincoln, diversity really wasn't a thing, right? We just didn't have much of it. And I remember a couple girls moved in across the street. So this is in the 70s, early 70s, who'd been adopted and had come from Vietnam. And I always kind of wondered, wow, what's that like? You know, how hard is that to come over here and do that? And as I've grown, Lincoln has grown, and so has our diversity. You know, Lincoln's a resettlement community. So we have a lot of these populations that are moving in. So diversity has always been very important to me, and programs like this just really help us do well with things like diversity. Over the years, like I said, old as dirt, worked for many organizations, public and private sector, and often we see this common problem, right? Particularly now, which is just a workforce that struggles with the English language, and that certainly has been an issue for us at Garner Industries. We tried numerous solutions in the past, but just haven't had a lot of success. These employees are working often a lot of hours, working overtime. They may have second jobs, so when you start asking them to come in on days off or time off or go somewhere else, it just does not work for us in the past. So a few years ago, we learned of an opportunity to partner with Lincoln Literacy and Brian by a grant-funded initiative from the city. And we're really excited to have this level of support, both financially and professionally, that we hadn't had in the past. And in the past, it just seemed like we'd been throwing money away. And we thought, well, this could really be effective. So we kicked that program off. It's been successful from the start. The classes take place during the employees' regular work hours. It allows them to learn without the burden that those previous programs had placed upon them. Even those who work late shifts are able to participate, right? They'll come in at 11 o'clock at night to teach class, right? I wouldn't do that, but it's just amazing the level of support that we've gotten from them. And I shout out for Elizabeth Williams, too, who's the one that has taught in almost all of our classes. Our participation in the courses has been very good, with a very high percentage of our employees who speak little or no English participating in those programs. And like I said, the instruction's been great, and for me, I'm now having conversations with people who used to just smile, right? And so that's very empowering when, just even though it's very basic, but they can say some things and you start to see them overcome that barrier that they face, which is, living in a foreign land with a language that they don't understand. So programs like this are just very, very valuable for that reason. And it's also helped people get promoted. Kevin had spoken of that. We've had that too. We've had people promoted over the last few years that wouldn't have been able to without this program. So it's definitely showing results, and we hope it continues to go. I'd also add our turnover is pretty low amongst this group. And with any organization, you're always trying to build community within that organization, a community that cares. Because when people feel like they're part of that community that really cares about them, they stay, they stick around. They don't go up the road for $1 an hour, right? They know you kind of have their back, and so it's really allowed us to do things like that. So in summary, programs like this are priceless. They truly help organizations such as Garner Industries kind of overcome that barrier and be productive and move forward. And they also help these people in the community better assimilate, and they truly want to. They truly want to be part of our community, and things like this really help them move forward in doing that. We hope to continue to partner with the City of Lincoln, with Lincoln Literacy Council, and we would love to see other manufacturers and other entities get involved with programs like this and help that population out.
Bob, thank you so much for sharing the story at Garner Industries with the public, because I think with your story out there, more people, more manufacturing companies and others will know about this program and take advantage of it. And thank you for bringing your youthful energy today, too. All right. The American Job Center's incumbent worker program upskills our local workforce, supports the stability and growth of local businesses, and enhances our local economy. And I think what you've also heard today is it helps create community and belonging. It is a win-win-win-win-win for growing the great life in Lincoln. If you want to find out more about this program and how you might participate, please go to the American Job Center's website. Again, it's ajc.lincoln.ne.gov. And with that, we would be so happy to open this up for any questions the media may have.
Yes, Brittany. Help me with the money here. Is this? I assume there's some federal money that goes.
And I'll invite Dylan up in just a second, but I would want to just highlight once again the success of the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, a federal act that provides ongoing federal funds, some of which are at the Department of Labor and some of which get directed here. Do you want to share more?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mayor. So it's they're federal funds. They pass through the Department of Labor, and then the American Job Center / the Greater Lincoln Workforce Development Board administers those. And so it's a matching program, so the employer has skin in the game. It's not, we're not just giving them, they have to contribute to make.
Half and half is the grant.
Typically it's 50% like that, so we pay 50% and then they pay 50%. A lot of times in that calculation, we include the employees' salaries, and in many cases, that's even overtime. And so that will, in the cases with Lincoln Literacy at least, that actually is their contribution, or they can also include in-kind contributions such as space and.
So their 50% is the employee's salary.
Yeah, in a lot of situations. Now, I will say for smaller companies, we can do even more of a match, and so we can, I guess if you were a really small company, we could they could contribute 10% and we pay 90%, and there's a whole scale. So, and that's on our website. So if you want to see that. So.
And then does the city, are there city funds that contribute to this?
Not
or
in
is
this
it all-
situation.
okay.
So this is all federal funds that the city administers through the Greater Lincoln Workforce Development Board.
I had one more question for you. I was confused about the numbers. You said you served 531 and then I think 200 have.
Yes.
Yeah, explain it.
So that original number is from 2022 when we first started. That's the running total.
Okay.
And then that 201 is program year to date, which started July 1 of 23, and it will end in June 30 of this year. So we'll have a few more people probably enrolled before the end of the year.
So 201 this year have completed
Yes,
the
and-
program in advance.
And so far, they're all still employed. So either at that workplace or somewhere else. So that's a really strong number that we're proud of.
And how many companies participate now?
So over the last 3 years, we've done 17 different contracts with various employers. So as you've already, Kawasaki, Gardner, we've done Tabitha, Educare of Lincoln. We've partnered with Lincoln Industries. My mind's kind of going blank, but yeah, Instinct Pet Pet Foods, Bryan Health.
So 17 different businesses?
Not all different. Some of them we've renewed year after year. So, and that's all posted on our website as well. If you want to see the exact dollar amounts that have been contributed and the percentages that have been tied to it. I guess Nelnet's another one that we've partnered with. So, thanks for the questions.
Any other questions from the media?
I have one more. Is this a common type of program nationally? Does the Opportunity Act fund similar programs across the nation? Or is this
Sure.
Or is
Yeah. I love the questions. Yeah. So this in theory is available throughout the whole country. Each local workforce development board makes a decision to support these projects. So there's projects like this in Omaha that I know of, and throughout the country. So it's the same rules and it's the same setup. It's just, I guess, how much money is assigned to it.
But because of our employers and the team of the AJC in the state, ours is the best.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
We've definitely done the most incumbent worker training in our state. So.
Fantastic. Did you want to offer any other thoughts on WIOA? Or no pressure?
Sure. I would just second his thoughts. So some of the projects that I know have been funded through WIOA. Greater Nebraska funded a project with Cargill that actually, when they changed from a hot plant or cold plant to a hot plant at their Columbus location, during that time they trained their entire workforce that was interested in English, financial literacy, and in the new machines they would be operating. And that was a similar program. And then for purposes of WIOA, the state is the grantee of the federal dollars, and then we pass through to the 3 local areas in the state, which are Greater Omaha, Greater Lincoln, and Greater Nebraska.
Thank you again for your leadership. We're so proud of this partnership. Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you all for joining us for this news conference to learn more about the Incumbent Worker Training Program. We hope more businesses will take advantage of this incredible resource. It's changing businesses, it's changing lives, and it's growing opportunity right here in Lincoln. Thank you all.